Deliveroo is a food delivery app, just like Zomato or Swiggy. They have a feature called favorites, in which a user can mark a restaurant as favorite, and after marking the restaurant as favorite, they can unfavorite the restaurant as well. And this data is stored in DynamoDB. Now they want to show the favorite count of each of the restaurant, but DynamoDB does not support aggregation function. So how can they do this? How can they aggregate the data in real time? Let's understand this in today's video. As I have mentioned that Deliveroo is storing the data in DynamoDB and it is stored in the favorite table. Here we can see a very simplified version of the favorite table where the primary key is a combination of restaurant ID and user ID, and there are other columns like created at, user ID, etc. So once a user mark a restaurant as favorite, then a record gets inserted to the table, and once the restaurant is marked as unfavorite, then the record gets deleted from the table. Now, as Deliveroo wants to show the favorite count of each of the restaurants, so they have designed another table, aggregated favorite, where we can see the restaurant ID and the favorite count. If this favorite data was stored in SQL, then we could easily do a group by restaurant ID to get this data. But the problem is the data is stored in DynamoDB, and DynamoDB does not support aggregation function like group by. So for that we have to figure out a way so that we can aggregate the data in real time. Here this part is the existing application where the user is telling favorite service that okay, let's mark this restaurant as favorite or let's mark this restaurant as unfavorite, and depending on the request the favorite service is either inserting or deleting a record in the favorite table in DynamoDB. This part is already existing. Now we have to aggregate the data of favorite table. So for that we are using DynamoDB Stream and AWS Lambda. Let's see how we are working with DynamoDB Stream and AWS Lambda to aggregate the DynamoDB data in real time. So the first step that we need to do is to enable DynamoDB Stream on favorite table. So once you enable DynamoDB Stream on any table, then all the operations that are getting performed on that particular table are written to a log file, and they are stored for up to 24 hours. So to do that, we can use this AWS CLI command where you have to mention the table name. Here we are mentioning favorite, and you have to say that enable the stream. So you are saying stream enabled equals to true, and you have to mention the stream view type. We are using new and old images. That means that the log file will contain both the old data before operation and new data after operation in the log file. Okay, so once the DynamoDB Stream is enabled, the next step is to configure event source mapping between DynamoDB Stream and Lambda. If you configure event source mapping, then you will basically invoke the Lambda with a batch of records depending on the batching window and batch size once you satisfy either of these three conditions. Let's understand this with one example. Here in this example, we are configuring the batching window, max batching window as 50 seconds and max batch size as 10. Here the window begins at t equals to 7. At t equals to 57, the window is reaching the max batching window, which is 50 seconds, and we are invoking the Lambda as we are satisfying the first condition. Though if you see, the total events that we got is 5, which is less than the max batch size, but still we are invoking the Lambda. In the second example, we can see that total events that we got is 10, which is actually equals to the max batch size that we configured, and that's why we are invoking the Lambda, though the batching window size here is 30 seconds, which is less than the max batching window. Similarly, in the third example, we have satisfied the third condition, that is the payload size is 6 MB, so we are triggering the Lambda. As I have already mentioned that we can configure the value of batching window and batch size. The default value for batching window is 0, but you can configure it from 0 to 300 seconds. Similarly, for batching window, the default is 100, but you can configure it between 0 to 100. Depending on your requirement, we can do that. And for that, you can use AWS CLI command, where you have to mention the name of the Lambda, you can mention the batch size, you can mention the batching window. Here it is mentioned in seconds. So if you want to, let's say if you want to allocate 5 minutes, then you have to mention 300 seconds here. And also you have to mention the DynamoDB stream name. Okay, so till now we have enabled the DynamoDB stream and we have configured event source mapping between DynamoDB stream and the Lambda. Now the Lambda is getting a batch of events, and in this batch of events there are all the operations like delete, insert, update, everything. Okay, but for our requirement only delete and insert, only these two are important, because we have to calculate the count, and the favorite count is increasing or decreasing when you are inserting or deleting the record in favorite table. That's why the Lambda will filter the relevant events and then it will calculate the count, and once it has the count it will atomically increase or decrease the record in aggregated table in a transaction. So to update the records atomically, we can use update item, which is the atomic operation of DynamoDB, but we have to use transaction. Why we need to use transaction? Because DynamoDB does not support batch update. So if you are using SQL and you want to update, let's say if you want to execute a query that update employee set salary equals to 15,000 where salary is less than 10,000, if there are hundreds of rows that satisfies this condition, then all of the rows will get updated if you execute that particular query. But in DynamoDB we cannot do that. So for that we are using transaction, and we are using this transaction write items, which is a synchronous operation, and inside that operation you can perform up to 100 action requests. So action request means you can have update item, delete item, etc. So in our case we will use a transaction write item, inside which we will have, let's say we need to update 80 records in aggregated favorite table. In that case, in one transaction write item we will have 80 update item commands, and we will execute that to update those records in the aggregated favorite table. So this is how the Lambda is working. It is first getting the batch of events, then it is filtering the relevant events, then it is calculating the count, then it is actually updating the aggregated favorite table atomically in a transaction. Okay, so till now the design that we have discussed in asynchronous in nature. So is there any other alternative design that we can think of? Yes, we can do it synchronously, and we can do a daily full table scan. So if you do this synchronously, then it will be obviously easier than the asynchronous one, as it does not involve Lambda or anything. But the problem is it will increase the API latency. It will increase the API latency. Also, it can increase the chance of error. And it is mixing the business logic with the aggregation logic, which Deliveroo does not want. Similarly, if you use a daily full table scan, let's say every day you will scan the whole table and then calculate the count and update in the aggregated favorite table. Yes, you can do that. But the problem is the favorites table is having millions of records. So that's why every day full scan will be really expensive. So that's why they have chose to go with the asynchronous one instead of these two. Okay, that's all I had to discuss for this video. So if you have any similar use case where you want to aggregate DynamoDB data in real time, then you can do the similar thing. You can enable DynamoDB stream, then you can configure event source mapping between DynamoDB stream and Lambda, and then you can write the aggregation logic in the Lambda. If you have liked today's video, then please like and share our video, and please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. And if you have any comment, any suggestion, any queries, then please write it in the comment section. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.